Hello.
Did you? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did you mean to go to that one?
How is everybody doing?
Hi.
Welcome back.
Oh, you weren't asking me.
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
I know how you're doing.
Yeah. I'm great.
Thanks, Nate, for keeping us accountable.
Yes.
We said 1 minute and...
You said 5 minutes.
Did we say 5?
You said, I was running up here and you said, hey, because there's like a desk on the other side. Oh, you want to hear my story?
Yeah.
But you said on that keyboard, type live in 5.
Oh, well, that was 5 minutes before
The live.
the live.
That was,
At 9.
yeah. And then we did our live before the live over on Instagram and things just kind of...
You know,
Well,
the Tendies Association.
Attendees. It's been, yeah, we were almost taken down by one chicken.
Ugh.
Oh, Justin landed. I've been worried about you. No joke. Justin Sumfield's in here. He was flying from New York to LA today and had some delay after delay after delay. Unfun.
I hate delays.
Me too. Doug's in here. Jeffrey's in here.
The Vegas life over here.
Lost Princess Adventures.
Oh.
I know we had some more people in here.
Yeah,
Welcome.
but yes, welcome everybody, man. Feels so good to be back. It feels like it's a long time, like between our episodes and the lives.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've lived a lot of life.
Yeah, I mean,
So should we go live more often? What's the solution?
I don't know.
Should we make time go faster?
no, I would rather it go slower.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. These wrinkles are coming in hot. Wrinkles and at the same time, pimples. Dude, I'm breaking out.
okay.
So bad.
On this episode of Princess and Scoundrel.
Update on Sarah's skin.
All right, so typically we like to talk about our last episode. And boy, was it a doozy.
Yeah. It was.
You know, the funny thing is afterwards, it kind of reminds me of when we went to Hawaii.
Yeah.
We went many moons ago.
Many moons ago.
And we got to like really, and we went to Maui.
Yeah.
And we were out there for a good while.
It was like 9 or 10 days we were
Beautiful.
there.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
But in it,
Yeah.
there was a little bit of like, you know, a little bit of this, you know, a little bit of the complaining. It wasn't until afterwards when you're sitting, you know, on your couch that you're like, man, that was nice. And I think that's
it was
like
gorgeous. We enjoyed it. But there were 2 big things that like went wrong with that trip. Like, we're not here to complain about every vacation we've ever taken. Like, we've gone to beautiful places. It was one, I was newly pregnant. I think we found out like 2 or 3 weeks before we went to Hawaii that I was pregnant, and I was like deep in like first trimester motion sickness, and then we're on an island and we're on boats and we're doing like the road to Hana, and I was just like, I was sick the entire time, so that was miserable. And then we're on an island for 10 days.
Yeah.
And there's only so much you could do tons. People live there. But like, as a pregnant lady who was sick the whole time, like there was only so much we could do. We couldn't do surfing or anything fun like that. So we felt like we kind of like, we maxed out
what we could do.
And so we're like, all right, you want to watch Teen Titans Go in our hotel room? Because we're adults and we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, so, but it reminded me, because like sitting on the couch, I'm like, it would have been nice to just like go get a snack. Or
And not have to make it ourselves.
yeah, not to make it myself.
Kitra's in here. Kitra, aren't you in Orlando right now? Captain D and his chicken tenders. Who's Captain D? Is that Dano?
Yes, we got so as you guys can see,
We did. We got.
I am a sucker for Spirit jerseys, and regardless, I had to get my Spirit jersey.
Yours is a little more of a fun story about how you got yours, because yours is specifically Castaway. Like on the back it says Castaway Key.
Yeah.
Oof. What Geode's in here too. But it was pouring when we were on Castaway Key, and you went back early because you were grumpy about the rain. And so I stayed with the kids because they were still like, we want to play. And we're like, okay. So you went back, but you acquired the goods.
It's because everybody like was going from cover to cover. So it was like, under one awning, one under the next. And then it just ended up in the shop. So I was like, I'm here. Let me grab it. So,
because by the time the kids and we were like 30 minutes behind you, but by the time we made it to the shop, it was just like shelter for people. Like there was no shopping. It was like people were packed in there. Okay, so you're not in Disney, you're at Universal. Did you, Peter, were you summoned when you heard that we were almost taken out by a chicken? So you should title the live stream, "A Single Chicken Almost Took Us Down." Should we tell that story before we like fully pivot back into the cruise?
So today we decided to do a rotisserie chicken, and
we have like
you forget how long it takes. Well, I forget how long it takes to rotisserie a chicken.
It shouldn't have taken that long.
And so it just like felt like it took forever.
Yeah, we have this.
And
little,
so it ended up just like bringing it inside and putting in the oven.
Yeah.
And then ended up drying it out. So
yeah. And that's like the point of a rotisserie chicken is that it's not supposed to be dry.
Yeah.
We're trying to make our own tendies, delicious, juicy tendies. But yeah, we were being so smart. We're like, we have a live stream at 9. Let's start the rotisserie at like 5. And it'll take like an hour and a half. Golden. Perfection on timing. And it was Captain D from your last vlog cover show. And it took 3 hours. It took 3 hours to cook that chicken.
That's what I was saying, Danny. I was like, yeah, from now on, the effort, we're just going to go get it.
Maybe we're just going to get into chicken talk. Let's get chicken talk out of the way. I don't like buying a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store because they feel like slimy to me.
No, I think you have to get fresh ones though. Like you have to
the freshest
of them.
Rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Because it was cool because we have this attachment that goes on our grill and it like turns. And so we can do them here. And we've done them before and they're amazing. But yeah, the time that it took, we're like, it's not a weeknight meal. Thank you, Nate. Everybody thumbs up the stream. Yeah, so.
But see, some of the things now sitting back, going back to the cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was
Not
one
the
thing that
chicken.
I completely forgot.
What?
Was my haircut.
Oh, yeah.
It was on day 2.
Yep.
And it was amongst the stress, but it was very much the calmest time that I was able to have. And it was really nice. And I think that was like something after the episode, I was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot to talk about it. But I got a haircut at the
Hook's Barbery.
Mm-hmm. And I went early, so there was no whiskey, or I didn't drink whiskey, but it was a nice like relaxing massage because they do like the whole like massage in your face and
You had a little spa
hair,
treatment.
little spa day type thing, which was really cool.
You were long overdue for a haircut too.
Yeah. Well, because I intentionally didn't get a haircut because I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on the ship and I'll go try it out.
You know how much you forgot about your haircut? Is we filmed a before for a reel.
And didn't do an after.
Never filmed an after for it. Whoops.
So.
No, that was really cool. I wish, I kept walking by the Tangled salon. I was like, well, it looks nice in there.
Well, it was nice because it was quiet. It was just at the beginning when it was just me.
Yeah.
It was just me. It wasn't until like the last maybe 5 minutes like a family came in. Like they came with their whoever was getting the haircut.
Yeah.
But it was like the entire family was in there in the little lobby area. So it got a little bit loud. So that last 5 minutes was not so relaxing, but the rest of the time was.
Yeah, there was so much about the cruise though that we didn't get. We were we started going through and trying to like write out, okay, what are the things that we want to talk about on the cruise? And by the time we had like started, we don't script, but we just kind of like put a framework in place. We're like, we're spending way too much time and we're not even on the boat yet. So we had to cut a lot of stuff out. I know the reel's also on the cutting room floor, much like all your hair. But yeah,
So Lost Princess loves the Tangle Salon.
it looked so pretty. It was, you could play shuffleboard right outside the salon. And so one night, our son and I were out there playing Is it shuffleboard? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
With the stick. And so I was just like, I would walk past the windows and be like, oh, look how pretty everything is. What kind of products do they use?
You're just like looking in the window.
Yeah. Let's see. Kitcher said, did you get one of the specialty cocktails in the barbershop speakeasy?
I
Did you get to do
didn't.
that? Why not?
I
Was
think
it a speakeasy? You have to say something?
no, I think they'll serve it, but it's later in the evening. I think I could have asked them to make a drink before,
Yeah.
but they didn't have it like prepped. Whereas like I think around 5, they actually have like little taste tests. Like
Well, I think they do like a
Yeah.
paid old fashioned class or something like that.
yeah, because they were setting up for that before or after me.
Yep.
So
Womp womp. Which was kind of one of the reasons you wanted to go, because you're like, I could drink an old fashioned and get a haircut.
Yeah.
This sounds amazing. Ken and Shar are in here. They're going on the Wish.
Peter, you cut all the parts of the cruise talk where you said how awesome it was.
So I think that's kind of the point we were getting to, is like, looking back on it now, it's like, it was so nice to be in one place and have everything that you needed in one place.
Yeah, no, it definitely was one of those things that you have to. I feel like I would be more prepared, or I could anticipate it more this next time. And that was the thing, is like I didn't hate it where I was like, oh, I don't want to be here, but it was very much like, I don't know, the unknown. I think that was the big thing, and that was what drove up my anxiety.
I think that was a huge part of it, because I was telling you the whole time, I'm like, there's just something that we're not, like, everybody else on the ship is smarter than us because they've done this before.
Yeah.
And like, we just don't know what we're doing, because we would just be like aimlessly wandering around.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're the only.
Well, and it felt like we were walking to one end and you're like, oh, I'm too late for that. So then walking to the other end and like, I'm too late for this. So it was just like, we're missing everything.
Right. But it felt like everybody, like, it felt like we were the only ones walking around. So we're like, we're doing something wrong here. So I think going into our next cruise, like, we will have a little bit of a leg up. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
But I think the other thing is too, is like, for a while now, the only trips we've really taken have been to the Disney parks, especially like as a family. Like, as a family, the only trips that we've taken in the last 4 years have been to Orlando.
Yeah.
Like, you and I have gone places, I've gone places, but like, it's just comfortable and it's what we know. And so just having something completely, like, we're like, it's a Disney cruise, it's Disney.
It is, but it's a little bit different.
But it's different. But there were a few things that were, you want to catch up real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, pedicures. I should have done a pedicure, because I'm like, I don't need a haircut.
Pedicures at the salon. It was lovely.
Oh, okay. I'm going to do that next time. Maybe
Have your little spa day.
Yeah. Me and our daughter. If you could go back, would you stick with the 3-day or go for a 4-day on the Wish? That depends. I feel like the 3-day, as much as we were like, there's nothing to do, I feel like the 3-day was too short because you were trying to hit the highlights.
Maybe, and that's maybe what it was, is
Yeah.
we were trying to do too much. And that was something like people were telling us, is like, go and relax. And
What is that?
we're used to going to the parks where it's go, go, go. And just trying to change that mindset of going and relaxing. It's a little bit, it's a big change, right? It's a big deviation from our normal travel.
Yeah, we don't go on vacation to relax. We go to get things done.
So
Justin said Peter and Kitra travel 3,000 miles to visit, and you go to the East Coast. Which Peter and Kitra are there to. So here, sidebar really quickly. Is Minions Land open now?
It looked like it.
Because the
recent video.
The rides aren't open, right? Did we finish? I don't know if we finished y'all's latest video.
It looked like the land is open, but not the ride.
That food looked good. But as soon as I saw that waffle grilled cheese, I was like, that's Star Cruiser. And then Kitra was like, that reminds me of Star Cruiser. On the first day, did you star things on the Navigator app schedule? I usually do that for the whole cruise on the first day, and the app reminds you ahead of time that things you wanted to do are happening. We didn't do that, and you know what? I think somebody even prepared us for that, and I didn't listen.
You're your worst client.
I am my worst client. I know. Well, just this last weekend, I was like, we have to book all the flights for all the trips we're about to take. I understand the feeling of being disoriented on the cruise. The Wish was my first ever cruise, and I'm so used to the parks, it felt weird. Yeah, it's just different. Because it's not like you're waiting to go ride rides. Like, for the most part, when you're at the parks, you go ride rides or you go watch a show.
Yeah.
Or you go meet characters. I'm like, character meet and greets aren't our thing. The only one we really did was that Royal Gathering for our daughter, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
If you want to meet a bunch of princesses, that is the way to do it, because you sign up ahead of time, you show up. It was like a 5-minute wait, and we met, I don't even know how many, 5 princesses?
You gotta check your data pad.
Check your data. That's what it felt like. It really did feel like that the whole time. Oh, the grilled cheese tasted just like Star Cruiser. But the thing was, is y'all had that. There was that weird soup with
the tomato.
Green soup. Is it green tomato soup?
Yeah.
With the jelly, the gummy bear in it. The land is live, but the rides are not. Oh, it's only one ride. Okay.
So.
Yeah, right. We go on vacation to save the Rebel Alliance and the galaxy. So, where were we? Back to the cruise. Yeah, I think a 4-night cruise would be better too, just because in the evenings of the cruise, like there's the dinner and the show, and then sometimes there's like
I think the
Pirates
other
Night
there's a lot of like, I think, changes that could be made, or like, because I think now hopefully the kids are more comfortable, so they're okay going into the kids club, like staying for longer periods of time.
Yeah. Well, because that was new to them too. Like,
Yeah.
we don't just like, oh, that was so loud.
Oh, Ash.
Fix the shelf. Thanks, Ash. For $2, I think you can fix that shelf.
Let me see.
You just move it more.
Yeah.
Is it better? No. It's just like, oh no.
There.
I don't think that's any better. You tried. But yeah, I think it was new for our kids too, and I think that was one thing that we didn't take into consideration, is like, we're telling them, you're gonna love the kids club, go. Just like everybody was telling us, you're gonna love the cruise, go. And then we get there and we're like, what's going weird? What are we supposed to do? And I think that might be probably what the kids experienced, and we're like, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. So I think the next time they'll enjoy it, so that frees up more time for us to move around and do stuff. I think it would be nice to have some friends along, to be able to go into, like, we're not really nightlife type people unless there was like friends there.
People who run Mush Isley.
Well, no, but I mean, like, we're not constantly out,
No.
in the evening. Like, if we were going to Oga's or something like that,
us.
yeah, it's like, going to Oga's or something like that. It's nice when you go with friends.
Yeah.
And I think that could be something that's cool, is like having friends there and
Like a big
having
group.
drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think what would be fun, and things are already in the works, but doing a group cruise. I think that would be a lot of fun. But we do have another. Oh, thank you, Galen. Let's.
Are we going to go on a 5 or
it is
7 day
so loud.
cruise?
Or another cruise line. I think it's going to be a while. Peter. All right, we've got interest.
There we go.
So, full disclosure, my next thing, I'm working on things and I need to get some stuff locked in, but then I'm going to put out some interests, some feelers. So stay tuned.
See, there we go.
I'm hoping for.
See, that's
week.
great, TJ.
Paul can come too. Wait, go back up. I missed it. What did Galen say? Oh, are you willing to go on a 5 or 7 day cruise on Disney or another cruise line? Goodness. Is it that loud for you guys? I don't know that we're going to go. We may go on another cruise line just from the nature of like, I sell travel. So I'm open to it, but I think for a while we're probably going to stick to the Disney Cruise Line just because it's familiar and being able to go on like
Plan a Disney Wish Star Cruiser veterans group. That'll be the.
might be happening, Jeffrey. What do you do? Are you? Oh, bye.
What?
See you later.
Because now I'm looking at it.
It's slightly loud. What are you doing? Okay, hold on. Fixing it. We'll do it live. He's coming back around. I think a longer cruise would be good. I think I would probably go for a 5 day. Here's the thing. Here is the problem, though. I take a lot of vacation from work. And I think if I go on like a 5 or a 7 day cruise, my boss is going to be like, you need to stop. You're going on way too many vacations because we go on a lot of vacations. So
Yeah, she's just got a lean to her, so that's her.
She does. So if I do it straight on, so you see if I move, you're going to see the light that's lighting me. And if I do it, it's just not good. So we have to tilt her a little bit. Is a Disney cruise good for adults? It is. You have a lot more freedom, I think, if you're adults because you don't have to rely on your kids wanting to go to the kids club to do certain things. So for like us, we did one trivia that was it wasn't like 21 and up trivia in terms of the things they were talking about. It was in a location that was 21 and up.
Yeah.
It was just a bar. So we took the kids to the kids club, not to go do that trivia because we were garbage at that trivia. It was like general trivia. I thought it was.
I think we did good.
We did good, but we could
The
have
highest
done better.
was 13. We got 10, and I think we were like top 4. So
We could have done better.
We could have, but
So yeah, it was. But the trivia was fun. I really did enjoy doing trivia. I love trivia. We used to do trivia on the channel. Well, not on Princess and Scoundrel. In our former lives, before there was a Princess and a Scoundrel. The trivia was fun though. So we did one that was.
I think the hardest one and the one that like was more shocking was the Disney one.
The Disney one was tough.
Yeah.
So it was.
You go in there super confident. You're like, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
And they pull out the first quote. You're like, wait, what? Is that a Disney movie?
Yeah, they were just quotes. It was just a quote, and it was obscure quotes too. It was not. I mean, I can't even name any of them off the top of my head. But you're just like, I don't know what that is, and you had to give the person who said it and the movie to get the full point.
Yeah.
And it was any Disney movie ever. So they had stuff from, I don't know, like Beauty and the Beast, Mary Poppins, Tangled. Like it was all over the place.
7 days. Galen, I agree with Peter. 7 days is a decent time on a ship. I think the one thing that I was bummed about that I didn't get to do was draw BB-8 because they have that little art thing. That would have been cool, is being able to just like draw them.
TJ, do cruises feel claustrophobic? I was always worried about it feeling that way because you can't get off the boat. This didn't.
So TJ, I think for me, that is where the anxiousness kind of keyed off for me. It didn't feel that way. It felt fine because you didn't feel like you were on the boat.
No.
But I think in my head, I was already going in knowing that I was on a boat and I couldn't get off the boat once it was going. So I think that was like nothing it could do could change that in my mind to make me feel comfortable about it. So it was more of like my own mental thing, but I think that's where it kind of started for me because I was already going into it like that.
But that was your mental state going into it. In terms of like how the ship is laid out, nothing in there feels tiny with the exception of the cabins. Yeah. Are very tiny. And like the elevators are really narrow.
Yeah, I mean...
Did you ever look down when you were walking out of an elevator to see like all the way down to the bottom?
That's just like any elevator.
Do you do that? I do that. Oh, every elevator I look down.
Nah, I don't.
But you could see like straight down, and usually when you look down this is real weird. Usually when you look down an elevator shaft, it's dark. Full lights on. You could see all the way down to the bottom of the ship. It was wild. I told our son one time we were getting off and we were on like deck 12 or something. I'm like, hey, when you're getting out of the elevator, look down. And he was like, oh.
Julie, Jordan, let's do a May 4th Star Wars night and after go on a cruise.
Should we just lay out all of the things that we have in the works at this point?
Katie.
Yep. So we're going to be putting some polls out. So we have a couple different Facebook groups. I guess we can plug the Facebook groups. Oh, Dano's in here.
Well, here before. Jacob.
Okay.
Do you get motion sick all the time? I do. I didn't. There was a moment where I kind of felt like, whoa, like we're rocking, but...
The only time I got motion sick, not even motion sick, but yeah, it was like, oh no, this is going to be bad, which is when we first started moving because we didn't even realize that we had started moving. Yeah. It was that, like the ship was that smooth that we didn't know we were in motion, and we were in the grand hall and happened to look out one of the portholes and I was like, oh my, we're moving.
No, I think you could, we felt it because you could still see land and you're like hauling.
Yeah.
So that's where it felt like weird. But once you're like out in the ocean, there's like nothing around. There's not really a thing to compare to.
I don't know. It freaked me out because it felt like, it felt like you were on a big old surfboard like a surfboard or a skateboard because you're standing there looking and the ocean's just like whipping by and you're like, but I'm standing still, but I'm moving, but I'm standing. Like that freaked me out. And I felt it a little bit that first night. But yeah, no issues. And then the only other time we could feel the ship moving was the last
day when you could tell they were like
falling.
Almost like spinning the boat because it was like, you're like, whoa.
Release your events on your own timeline. Dano. All right, let's talk. Oh, wait. Go back up. What is it about? Disneyland Resort Magic Key holders. May 4th is blocked out for everyone below Inspired. Just saying, be prepared. All right. Dano's telling me to tell all of our secrets. So here's what we're going to do.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you can put it just on me?
Just on you.
Okay. So a few things we've got planned. I guess, should we do it in chronological order?
Yes.
Okay, chronological order. The next big one coming up. We're sitting in the middle of June right now. The next big one coming up is going to be Life Day. Life Day is November 17th. It is a Friday. And what they do at Disneyland is they will have observed Life Day and then they'll have actual Life Day. So actual Life Day is going to be on a Friday and then they'll do another one that's observed. We were looking at it, Dano and I were looking at it today. The Sunday before is Dapper Day at Disneyland. And then the Sunday after is just like the Sunday after. But it is blocked out to your face over there.
Well, I was reading Cosmo Kitty. Made the mistake of doing an exercise class where you You hang upside down on a cruise once. That did not make my stomach feel well.
Yeah, I could see that. But so for Life Day, we are going to be doing, we're going to be going to Disneyland. So inviting anybody in the community that wants to go out over there. I'm targeting a specific hotel for it. I'm still working through it, but a hotel where we can just like hang out and like congregate each night. And they've got like a great bar. So that's that piece of it, because Life Day is nice in that it's not a ticketed event. It's becoming bigger and bigger every year, and Dano's been hinting at it in the Facebook groups. And if you're not part of the Facebook groups, you can go to galacticbound.com, and that's where all of the Facebook groups are that we manage together. One of them is like the Big Star Cruiser one, but then there's one that's called, we just changed the name of it, Galaxy's Edge and Galactic Star Cruiser Fan.
They're all telling you, I guess you're not going to Mos Eisley.
Well, I mean, okay, we'll get to Mos Eisley. Things that people don't know about that we're planning. But yeah, Life Day is nice because it's not a ticketed event. But yeah, there is a Ultimate Fan events group, and that's where we're going to be putting all of this stuff. Yeah, what is Machete Order? Is that like... Am I... Do you know what I'm talking about? Like with a knife? But yeah, we've been talking about going to Life Day. Peter and Kitra and Dano.
They made it look so fun.
They
made us jealous.
So fun. But we're going to have to make our own robes or something, because you bought me the Life Day Snuggie and now you've commandeered it. But we only have one. But yeah, so Life Day is going to be a big one. Let's go backwards. Let's go to Mos Eisley. Mos Eisley's coming up in a month.
Yeah.
It's a month from tomorrow. What? What is...
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Put that up on the screen. What is that?
Machete Order 4523611789, right?
Wait. Okay, wait. Is this about like the Star Wars movies? 4, 5,
Thomas.
2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6, 7 through 9.
I would just want to know what you guys are talking about. Machete Order is when you watch, put that one up, is when you watch Star Wars movies, but insert the movies in a different order to make the story better.
Okay.
Well, I feel like that's not a known thing.
Dano says it's release date chronologically or release order.
What's the difference between release order and release date?
So we all learned something.
Or Machete Order. I don't know. I don't know if I buy into that. The idea is to watch them in that order to preserve all the twists and get the same things happening to Luke and Anakin. But where does the machete come in? It's very odd. Very, very odd indeed. Are you planning to go the actual day or the weekend meetup? So here's the beauty of...
Dano.
Oh, Thank the Maker did an episode. Well, sorry, boys. Oh, Galen, thank you. $5 and a Life Day Snuggie?
All right, let me see. Okay, now we're on the machete.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Now we're off the hook for all this event stuff.
Peter, the best non-chronological order I've heard is 4, 5. Then you learn Vader's Luke's father. Flashback 1, 2, 3. Flashback to 6. Well, I think that's what...
Because you're chopping it up.
That's what Jeff was saying. He said 4, 5, 2, 3, 6, 1, 7, 8, 9. Huh.
So
See, I think 1 would go before 6, though.
But would you put 1 before, after 3?
Yeah, see, I don't know.
To me, it makes sense to just keep the trilogies the way they are.
No, I 4 or 5 are definitely that's the big 5 is the big reveal, right?
Yeah.
So you need that.
But then why are you throwing 1 all the way over there?
Well, that's more of the you kind of see them as a kid.
Yeah, but then you get the reveal of Luke and Leia. Oh, that's why 3 is where it is.
Yeah.
And then it goes into 6. I think I would do 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, that could work.
I don't know. Sounds like a lot of math.
Scroll. Yes, Cosmo Kitty.
I'll be real honest. I watch.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah, we're all over the place today.
Okay, so finish
Finish Life Day, then circle back to Mosh San Diego. Thank you for directing us, Dano. Where would we be without you? So Life Day is it's the Friday before Thanksgiving. So that makes it easy because most people have that week off or have like a truncated week. So I think we will be there for the actual Friday Life Day. Yeah. So I don't know if we'll do something else. Maybe it'll just be like that weekend. So I'm still trying to work on that one. So then let's go back in time. Let's machete this up.
Machete it up.
Machete this
The
up.
reveal of Mosh is happening.
Isley. Another Mosh is happening. Yeah, so Mosh Isley is July 21st, San Diego Comic-Con. I am like
coming up.
fresh off of, there's been a lot of Mosh Isley going on in my life just because we had our Mosh meeting last night and then we've been like working through a lot of stuff today. So it is fresh on my mind. But yeah, a month away. It's at San Diego Comic-Con, which is just like huge.
Yeah.
Huge. But I mean, yeah, that's it. So like we're going to fly in a little bit
I think
early.
right now there's like, because we're putting it on, I don't know what we can say and what we can't say. I always feel like Mike, where it's just like he starts saying stuff.
Mike is miking. Yeah, we can't say the stuff that came up today.
Well, no, I'm talking about more of the other, again, just the other stuff. So I was like, oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah, you can't say that either. You can't. It's going to be good. So we can say this. It is going to be the biggest Mosh Isley that we've thrown.
Ooh.
It's going to have a lot more production value
Yeah,
than
that's
what
what I'm saying,
we've put into it before.
Like we're growing up.
We're growing up big time. And now there's a thing going on around right now. If you're in the Thank the Maker Discord specifically, there is a template that is going around so you can like plop in a picture of yourself and do almost like a little Hondo supply ID card on which character you're going to bring to Mosh. So mine is in the works. I should have had the picture that I took last night to like flash up on the screen. But you just share whatever character you would bring, even if you're not going to Mosh Isley. Like, what character would you show up to at Mosh Isley? So it could be like your Star Cruiser character or whoever. Are we going back, Topher Grace?
So I'm
I'm
trying to catch up.
It's just machete all over this.
Peter, he got invited to Topher Grace's edited prequel. It started out cool, but started with the Maul killing Qui-Gon climax.
Whoa.
So pretty much cut out the whole first movie.
That's cool, though.
TJ? No.
We have a month. We haven't even started on costumes.
What do you mean? We have plenty of time. Y'all going be there for Heroes? We hope so.
They have not announced the time or the day, but we hope we can be. Is Gaia coming as Dano? Oh wait, is Gaia coming Dano? Is Gaia coming as Dano? Yes. Okay, go back up to that on Jeffries. I watched some of this. He edited Empire Strikes Back into a musical, and he put different songs to it. It was pretty cool. He sent me a link to that a few weeks ago. Gaia is a maybe.
Thomas, thank you.
Oh, perfect.
Episode 25 gets into machete order for anyone who cares.
Well before we were
just twinkles in the eyes.
The podcast, the network didn't even exist then. But yes, I was going to wear another wig from Mosh Isley. Found the perfect wig on Amazon. I don't think it's not a surprise what I'm going as. I don't mind posting or talking about it. Because my nickname among Thank the Maker and just like in general in Mosh world is Mom Moshma versus Mon Mothma. Kind of like Mosh Isley. Like once you start saying Mosh Isley, it's hard to say Mos Isley or Moss Isley.
You just want to say
now
Mosh.
Now I'm Mom Mothma or Mom Moshma. And so I bought a Mon Moshma wig. And it's perfect. It's a great wig for Mon Moshma. It looks awful on me.
Justin. Mosh Gideon.
Mosh Gideon would be a good one. But yeah, my the wig was so I wore it to our Mosh Isley meeting last night and
just to try it, just test the waters.
Just to do some little market research, right? See what the people were thinking. Mike was the only one in there when I joined. He laughed for like 2 minutes straight. It was great. So yeah, I will not be wearing that wig. But the outfit that I ordered for my costume came in, and it's pretty good. It needs some tweaks. It needs some love, but we'll be all right. Mosh Gideon and the Night Sisters and Paul. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Oh, I'm so excited. It's yeah, we can't talk about all of the stuff that we have going on, but in terms of production value and everything that's happening, so
I think that's the cool part is like the fact that there's cool things going to be happening. Hopefully, and sorry.
Oh, did you get to
I thought you were in the
middle of a question? Just stop talking.
But so yeah, we talked about the cruise. You know, we afterwards, I think we're kind of more missing it than we missed it more, or I missed it more than at the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we were like, we'll go again. We'll try it again to see if we get it right next time.
Well, we do have, so we already had our second cruise booked beforehand. Yeah. So in that one we are going
and I think the thing family. Too is like I was maybe and maybe that was me banking on the beach and we just had a bad day.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like, okay, as long as we get the beach, I'll be fine. And because we didn't get it, it was just like the nail in the coffin type of thing.
Yeah. But I really feel like by the time we got to our last day on the cruise, we were finding our stride more too. Yeah. And we found the hyperspace lounge like a lot more that day. And it made things all right.
Yeah.
It was fine. I know one thing that we angered Peter and Kitra specifically by not enjoying the frozen dinner, which makes me laugh when you say the frozen dinner.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
The Arendelle dinner. That's why they call it that probably. But we couldn't hear it. Like, truly, we had no idea what was happening. You guys said maybe some mistakes were made on the cruise. What advice would you give to first-time, I can't see it, cruisers to avoid some of the pitfalls you encountered? So I think a couple of things. My big advice now, because, I mean, going on this cruise really did help because I have sold cruises and a lot of people want to go on the Wish. And so now I've got people that are, I think even in this chat, that are going on the Wish fairly soon. And so it's like, let me give you the advice. My big advice was like, one, get an early boarding group and how to do that. Two, like go eat immediately.
Late dinner. That's what I'm going to say.
Do a late dinner.
Late dinner. I would take Peter's advice and go star the things that you want to do so you know when to go to those things. But the next thing is don't expect to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, relax.
Lower your expectations.
No, not even that. Just like relax. Like, not trying to go do something. Like, just chill. And I think that'll.
I don't like chill.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not wired that way. But I would say, because you can connect to like the ship Wi-Fi or the ship network from the terminal, so you can start doing all that stuff. Because we had booked a ship tour while we were there. I think we booked a better time for the Royal Gathering while we were at the terminal waiting. And so that was nice to be able to do that stuff. Oh, Chad said he worked for Disney Cruise Line for a few years. Start with the small cruise ships first. They aren't as grand, but they are better, not as stressful. I think that was the big thing, is there was just so many people trying to be at the same place at the same time, because like all the eating is on deck 11, like all the quick service.
And I think this is where you would want to, if you go more often, you kind of know the tricks. You're like, okay, everybody's going to be eating right now. I need to go do this. And like figure those like
or
little.
Or you go get room service because it's included.
Like little things like that. That's where you figure out. But again, it was very much like the things that we wanted to do, we were too late for, because again, they fill up.
Yeah.
And then you feel like you're not doing anything. But if you kind of say, hey, I'm just going to relax, then you can do that, right?
Yeah. Well, silly us. Like, I even bought a book to go. I was like, oh, man, a cruise is going to be a bunch of sitting around doing nothing. Like, I'll buy an actual book so I can, like, relax. And then we were walking around, and it was like, there's nothing to do. And, like, we never thought once
just
to be
sit
like,
down
let's
and
just
relax.
go sit down and relax.
And again, I think it's a little bit different because we had the kids.
Yes.
So it's not, we can't just kick up our feet and take a little nap because the kids are going to run off. And that was what the kids club is for.
I will say,
I think that's a big factor for us, that if we could get them to be in there for an extended amount of time.
I will say, though, one of the concerns that I had, because we did have a veranda stateroom, which most of the staterooms on the Wish are veranda rooms. They've done a really good job of organizing it in a way that there's very few inside staterooms and very few like just outside, like windows. Most of them are verandas. But I was concerned because I was like, I don't want my kids like wandering out there when I'm like taking a shower or whatever. But they have tons of locks on those things. Yeah. You have to like do this and this, and then you have to hit the button up here. And so that was nice.
Yeah.
Read a book a day on cruises. But the other piece of advice is, and we didn't know this at all going into the cruise,
Jeffrey
is like,
says he likes to do counter crowd stuff, late dining, less popular theater time.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest move. But I didn't realize that they would be serving dinner and breakfast in the dining rooms, like the big dining rooms where the dinner is. It was like a different one each day that they would serve like breakfast and lunch in, if you wanted to do like a sit down.
Yeah, if you would get up early enough.
Yeah.
So.
Which we did the room service, so they have like a
that
little.
Was nice.
Yeah, they have like a little menu in the drawer in the desk, and you could go through and you could check and you could say, I want coffee for 2, and I want 2 donuts, because the kids wanted donuts and croissants, and so we just got like cereal and donuts and coffee in the morning and toast, and it was wonderful. Yes, Ken and Shar are going. They've got. I was telling you about them. They're doing Disneyland, the cruise, Disney World. Like they're doing like a big like all thing. The Disney things. I'm so excited. It's been a long time in the works. Carry On the Magic is in here. There's always one dining room open for lunch and embarkation day. Go there instead of the buffet. I think that's the move. I think we were so excited to go
try
the chicken tenders. We were like, where are the chicken tenders? That we
which we found out that we didn't get the cruise line chicken tenders.
Did not get the cruise line chicken.
So we were right when we were thinking like, we were unimpressed by them because they were normal chicken tenders.
They were park chicken tenders. Yeah. Peter flagged that.
Which
to me.
Again,
he sent me like a.
Which is fine. They were good, but we were expecting cruise chicken tenders.
We were. So. Jeffrey, yes, that does include the Disney Wish. because I think they had 1923 open on our embarkation day, and we were like, "What? That's weird. We're going to the buffet." But yeah, no, we got to go back. We got to try the cruise line chicken tenders. We're on a quest. This is our life. Our
The
life
ice cream
quest.
was good. Remember we stopped it a couple times and
Got all
some-
kinds of different
yeah,
flavors. It was cool because they changed the flavors out too.
Yeah, the swirls.
Yeah, so that was nice. Those ribs,
Yeah, ribs were good.
the ribs were good. Chicken tenders are better on the little ship. The Wish are not the cruise tenders. See? All right, so it wasn't us.
We got to find out. I mean,
Good news, we're going back on the Wish. Should we segue? I prefer dining room as a buffet, not crowded. Dude, it was so hard, Jeffrey, to find tables because we visited the kids club first and we were in there for probably a good 30, 45 minutes. And so by that time, there were so many people on the ship that by the time, and then we got hangry. So by the time we got up there to try to get food, it was just like wild.
yeah.
Like, oh, ooh, a concierge welcome lunch. See, I don't know if, like, I hear great things about concierge. I'm afraid if I do it, will we ever go back? It's just like we always stayed at Pop Century, and then the one time we stay at Contemporary, and we're like, oh my God, I love it. Let's do that all the time. Princess and Scoundrel attendees.
On a quest.
Who knew this was our mission in life?
Was to find
the best chicken tenders.
Yeah.
We want to go do that. We want to go truly quest for the best chicken tenders. I was last night on my phone. I was like, is there a chicken guy in Texas? There's not.
Oh.
Let's see.
Concierge was amazing.
Yeah, I've heard it's great. And then I've seen like, what's it called? Room tours of like the concierge rooms. I'm like, those are like nice. Like those are like a big hotel room, like the suites. I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed the cruise, especially looking back on it. Because I think when you're in the moment and you're stressed and you're overwhelmed and there's a lot of people, you're just like, but now with hindsight,
I feel like we're gonna get better.
We'll be better
That's
at
the
it.
thing is I feel like we could get better.
I mean, and I'm not going to turn down another vacation. That's for sure.
Not cruise related, but I'm going to take my family for their first time ever to Disney World late August. Wait times and temperatures. Temperatures is gonna be hot.
Wait times, not too terrible. Once you start getting into like mid to late August and then even all the way through September usually, well, I say all of this was like pre-COVID times. It used to be slower seasons in like late August and early September. And like, I think they still predict that because if you look at like Star Cruiser pricing specifically, it was always cheaper late August, beginning of September. So wait times will be lower, which also means that Genie Plus pricing will probably be lower. So I would say I would recommend buying Genie Plus at least like the day you're going to start out at Magic Kingdom, because that's where we tend to get the most bang for our buck with Genie Plus.
Speaking of Genie Plus, like that may be another, like we revisit that conversation because we've been using it the last couple times, and as crappy as it is that we have to pay for it, it's been pretty nice using it. So.
We need to cut back in some of the old footage from our first Genie Plus. Where you're like,
I mean,
I will never.
You're the one that
I'm
gets
the one
it.
that buys it. I'm like, should I buy it? And you're like, I guess.
So, Peter, Disney vacations of all kinds require work. You need to know the tips and the hacks to have a good time at both parks. It's true.
That's fair. That's completely fair. And I truly did go into our cruise vacation blind and intentionally so, because I wanted to see what it was like to not have any prep for it. And I think it kind of bit us.
Yeah.
And that's why you should use a travel advisor. No, but I wanted to see exactly what it was like to just go in and experience it, and like what would it be like to just be plunked on a ship and figure it out. I do think that it requires planning. And I was going to do like a little bit of planning the 2 weeks before, but then with Star Cruiser closing and just like our world kind of like, okay, we got to do all this work before we leave on Wednesday. So it was, but that's fine. Is that the big chicken thing?
They opened
Oh, it's Shaq's.
chicken place.
Dano, that's a good point. I can't stand Genie Plus, but it was awesome having Sarah take care of all of that.
It
for
is,
us.
Dano.
It's called you had a Disney mom with you. Because you guys were just like, drink. That's why I didn't get to drink. Let's talk about that. That's why we.
Speaking of drinks, if you didn't catch our recent reel, it was us drinking around the world.
Yes. So the day after.
That was a lot of fun.
That was
a lot of fun.
And we got some. Yeah, we need to do that again because that was a lot of fun. So when we got off of the Star Cruiser on our May 3rd voyage, so it was like May 5th, we went. You, me, and Dano immediately went to Universal. It was crazy. Like, we went to Universal, and then we went to an emo party that night. It was, like, all day. So we had just done Star Cruiser. We went all day hard in the parks, went to a party until, like, 1 o'clock. Bonjour.
No, I think the funny part was the confidence that I had.
Here's the other piece. Justin, I think, is still in here. So, okay, so anyway, we go to Epcot the next day, and we had planned. We knew we were not going to have the kids with us. We planned to drink around the world. We met up with our friends, the Sunfields, Justin, Naomi, Jack Bro Dude. And we were like, we're drinking around the world. We're going to do this. And then we made plans to go to Trader Sam's at the Polynesian with more of our friends that afternoon. So we didn't stop drinking then. We had like 1 or 2 more drinks that afternoon that I did not film. Like, I didn't put them in the video.
Chad, that was good. Sarah had 3 drinks.
I only had 3 drinks.
She only had 3.
3 times. But yes, so I think yesterday I was like, we need to post about this because we never posted about it. It's been over a month, and it was just like, it was a good time.
Yeah.
And so
and it was, conditions were perfect because the weather was like
lovely.
It was lovely. It was cool for Florida, warm.
For May in Florida, it was lovely.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. My second drink, I have no recollection of what that second drink was. It's not recorded, but I go from 1 drink to 3 drinks. So I must have had a second drink in there somewhere.
Yes, Kaylin. Afterwards, when we were looking at it, we were like, wait a minute.
From Italy. So on that one, well, let's walk through our drinking around the world adventure.
And this was different for us because we typically come from
International Gateway.
Yeah.
Which we did. We did come from International Gateway because we stayed at Pop.
Oh, but we went to Guardians first.
But I
think we did Guardians.
Oh, and we were hungry. So we were like, well, where can we go eat in Epcot? And so we went to Brunchcot.
That was a start.
Fantastic place to eat breakfast at the parks because they had like these delicious little French toast things. There's like an avocado toast. There's like a bagel and lox type thing. Anyway, it's a great like brunch spot. And the Sunfields we were going to ride Guardians. The Sunfields were doing test tracks. So we're like, okay, well, I'll just like convene there. And so we went, and there was this really good like alcoholic coffee drink. And so we had every intention of starting in Mexico and doing the proper drinking around the world.
We pre-gamed.
But we pre-gamed. So we went to Brunchcot and we had drinks there because you had like this weird, you got something else. You got like a clear Bloody Mary.
Yeah, the not the Bloody Ghost. It was the Ghost Mary.
Ghost Mary, not the Bloody Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the Ghost Mary. You went to a different booth because I think you saw that.
Yeah.
And then Dano and I went to Brunchcot, and then we each got a coffee drink. And then Dano was like, that was really good. I'm going to get another one. I'm like, we haven't even started. And he's like, that's okay. I did see that one. Yeah, somebody got kicked out of Disney forever on Three Caballeros. Can you imagine?
So, but yeah, then we started Mexico.
We went to Mexico. We had never purchased margaritas inside the Mexico Pavilion because we don't drink at Mexico.
Yeah, we usually start on the other.
We usually start on the other side, or we just like, one, we're Mexican. Two, we're from Texas. We don't need margaritas from the Mexico Pavilion. So last time we went and had our first margaritas, we were outside. This time we went inside, and they had that really pretty lily margarita, which I need to share. I'll share the reel of how they make that because it's like smoked, but it's not smoky. Anyway, it was like the best, one of the best drinks I've ever had on Disney property. It was like $30.
Yeah.
But it was really, really good. Test track. It's just a roller coaster. It was fun, but it's just a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we went inside. We got all of our margaritas. Dano got one with like crushed up ant bodies on the rim. I tasted it. It just tastes like salt. It was fine. But it said I said that was my third drink. Where did my second drink go?
I don't know.
I don't either.
And then we went to China.
Went to China.
It was a
I don't know what y'all
kung
had.
fu, like a.
You called yourself
juice.
Kung Fu Masters.
No, that's what it was. Like
oh,
it was.
okay.
That's what it was
Oh,
called.
so that's why you said it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just like feeling
Just saying.
good. And then we made Dano proud by sitting on the curb and eating food from the festival booths. Remember?
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all got drinks there, and I was like, I'm already apparently 3 in, and I was like, I'm gonna skip China, and then we went. I don't remember where we made it to next.
I think that's
Germany,
when we went to Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, then we went to Germany. We skipped Norway for drinks. We were not doing like a hard and fast.
Yeah, I think that was the thing is like there was, because we had the time constraint of leaving that evening, we were like, okay, we need to try to get as far through because we didn't stop at Japan.
No, we did.
I mean,
yes, we did. We stopped in Japan.
Huh?
Y'all stopped in Japan. You and Dano did.
Well.
Oh, that's when.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
to go
Okay,
pee.
that was later. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, me and Naomi went to the restroom, and then we ran into our friend Kevin Heimbach.
Oh, that's you
Yeah,
did.
like I ran into him on the way, like inside of.
So I didn't
Japan.
even count that one because I got a sake over there, like a sake drink.
It's in the reel.
Oh, okay.
You and Dano, because anytime you filmed, it was a hamburger video,
Oh, okay.
and then I filmed the hot dog videos. Yeah, you guys went to Morocco and Japan by yourselves. But we had plans, like I said, we had plans to go meet our friends at Trader Sam's. And there was probably like 20 of us at Trader Sam's.
A big group, yeah.
It was a big group. And then we had purchased Tron for later that night. So like we knew we could not spend all day in Epcot. And we wanted to go see Happily Ever After. Right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So we knew we were doing, like we had things we wanted to do. Yeah, we went to the bathroom and you guys just kept drinking. Y'all kept going and going and going. But before that, we were in Italy.
Hey, look, I was feeling good. So
I had to cut it down a lot because like, you could tell the more drinks you had, the more you were just talking because it was supposed to be like, Sarah, drink one, this country, and you're like, bonjour from Italy. And you're like telling the drink and everything. So then right after you filmed that one, was mine. And I was like, Sarah, drink 3 from Italy. And then Justin was like, and what do they say? How do they say cheers in Italy? And I'm like, salud, which I still don't think that's right. It was funny because Justin asked specifically, how do you say cheers in Italy? Or how do they say cheers in Italy? When you had just said bonjour. Oh yeah, we did sit down in America for a long time. To eat, maybe? I think maybe it was hot. I think I was like, I need to sit.
So that was definitely a good time. Again, it was fun with having some drinks with friends. So
yeah, No, it was a really good time. Maybe one day we'll finish
Laughing about it afterwards is definitely a good time too.
The lady that yelled at us in Mexico that was like, "Your outfits are awesome." Yeah. Dano kept going because Dano went on like a fireworks cruise.
Yeah.
And they had drinks on that. And then we went to Trader Sam's. We had a couple drinks there. But it was spaced out throughout like the whole day.
Yeah.
Like we did not get sloppy drunk in any way, thankfully. That's why I was like, I'm going to tap out on a few of these because like I'm just going to sip everybody's drink.
I think that's the thing is like definitely have a good time, but not to
Don't be sloppy.
To get kicked out.
Dude, I know. I don't know why I said I was on my third drink so many times. I didn't even notice it until I thought I said my third drink twice. And so what happened was I cut all the videos together and I was trying to like put graphics over them, like put the counts over them. And I'm limited in my abilities. And so I was like, Dano, do you have capacity? And then I just like sent them to Dano and he made it what it was. He called out that I had 3 third drinks. I was like, oh my God. Oh, yeah. Dano went to Jelly Rolls, too.
Man, he kept the party going.
I think we stopped drinking after Trader Sam's because we went to, then we went into Magic Kingdom and you can't really drink.
Yeah. But that was fun.
That was really fun. That was a really good trip. Like, Star Cruiser was amazing, but just being able to just hang out and do the parks different than how we normally do.
Yeah.
That was like, it was just a treat.
Yeah.
Stayed out late. We didn't go back for a rest at all that entire time.
No.
It was kind of brutal. But yeah, so that was there was something else I wanted to talk about. What was it?
The new news.
Oh, the news.
Jollywood.
I want to go there. So it's called Jollywood Nights. It is a new ticketed event, specifically like a holiday event at our favorite park, Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
There is a stage show hosted by Kermit and Miss Piggy.
And you know I love Miss Piggy.
You love Miss Piggy like a lot. I want to go. Like I'm cool with like the not so scary.
I know we
had
talked about we were going to talk about it, but Halloween hasn't even come yet. Like, so there's like Halloween Horror Nights is happening.
Yeah.
And, Mickey's Not So Scary. Like, that stuff is still going to happen before.
All of this.
It's just crazy. Like, we're still summertime and we're already talking about Christmas and Halloween stuff.
Dana was making a joke because we were talking about the Life Day stuff and like doing a big group to go to Life Day. He was like, they do Christmas in July. Why not Life Day in June? So here we are. But yeah, so they did announce Halloween Horror Nights. Is that the final house? I don't keep up with Halloween Horror Nights because it scares me. But I feel very indoctrinated in Halloween Horror Nights because I've been pulling quotes for Halloween Horror Nights for like days now. And I didn't realize this. I don't know if it's new. Somebody tell me if it is new or not. But
I haven't, Galen.
there is more vacation time for Sarah. There is what's it called? An Unmasking the Horror tour where you can go through the haunted houses like in the morning.
That's cool.
With the lights on.
Oh,
is that cool?
I don't know. I think if you're looking at it more of like, oh, that's how it works, like behind the scenes type stuff, then that's cool. But if you're trying to go through it because you're scared, then you're taking the fun out of it, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's more fun probably if you go do Halloween Horror Nights like the night before and then you walk through it and you're like, oh, okay. That's how the sausage is made versus like me being like, that's not scary. Not with the lights on, it's not. There's a group of us going, so we have a summit for our travel agency in September. So we're going to be in Orlando, and there are some agents that are like really into Halloween Horror Nights, and they're like, let's go as a group. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'd just be screaming the entire time. Mars is here live. Look at that. But yeah, I'm like, I'll go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. And so here's the thing: it's like there's a few different ticketed events. Most of them typically end up being at Magic Kingdom. And it makes sense because that's where you're going to get like the most bang for your buck because it's the larger park in terms of like attractions and everything like that. Like they typically will have parades and they'll have the stage show and they'll have the rides and then they'll have either like trick or treating or like booths where they're giving out cookies and stuff like that, like Christmas cookies or holiday cookies. But Magic Kingdom is like Magic Kingdom is Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like we can go there and experience it during the day. And if you have Genie Plus, like you can probably experience a good amount of it. But Hollywood Studios at a specially ticketed event, like there's just something about it that's like, I want to go.
So I'm wondering, are they going to decorate it extra?
Like more than usual?
Yeah. That would be cool. And are they going to do anything to Batu?
So they never mentioned anything about Batu in the description of it.
So they're just going to leave it.
Except that like you can ride Rise of the Resistance as part of it, but it's going to be a virtual queue.
Yeah.
Which is kind of silly to me because like if it's a special ticketed event, more than likely the wait times are going to be like they're capping it at so few people that like I wouldn't feel like you would need a virtual queue for that. But
maybe they're just trying to keep you out of the area.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That's all I would want to do. Have a Halloween ticket the night between Wish and Star Cruiser. Let us go where? Where are we going?
Halloween Horror Nights.
I could be convinced. Honestly, I could be convinced of Halloween Horror Nights.
Either way, I could go.
But ugh. I'll have nightmares forever. They can only do decorations that would be up for the nights, so I'd picture blow up stuff that you see at the Halloween party. Oh, that's a good point. Especially in like Batu. Like they're not going to decorate.
They did, yeah.
They wouldn't decorate like
Yeah.
Batu for Christmas. They don't know what Christmas is. Jeffrey's having a great year. I've been working with Jeffrey on some fun trips.
Star Wars doesn't have Halloween.
Star Wars is Halloween. Like you go dress up to go
Monsters.
there. Let's go to Halloween Horror Nights in September. We'll have the kids with us. One of us has to stay back with them. So
It doesn't matter.
Osborne Family Spectacle Lights was the thing to see pre-Batu East. I've heard so many good things about that. But here's the other weird thing is like, so they had you know how they would do for Christmas, they would do the big lights all over the castle, the Magic Kingdom? They're not doing that this year again. And what I heard was the reason they haven't done it in recent years is because of the 50th anniversary. It had that big medallion over the clock. And like the clock was a big component of like the lighting of the castle. But now that's gone because we're past the 50th. But they're doing something with the castle, but I think it's projections. I don't think it's lights. Naomi says, Justin, you watch the kids. Ugh. So like I said, I've been looking at Halloween Horror Nights a lot lately. So you can do a private, they call it the RIP tour. It's not a VIP tour.
That's cool.
So there is a non-exclusive tour. So you pay like per person to go, and you have to buy the ticket and then you have to pay for the tour on top of that. And so it's usually like $150 to $200, I think. I want to say, I don't know. I was quoting a lot of Halloween Horror Night stuff recently. Or no, it had to be more than that. I think it was like $400 a person. Or you can do like an exclusive where it's just like 10 people and it comes out to be about the same if you can find 10 people to do it, and then they just take you to the front of the line through all the haunted houses. Batu Travel Guide described holidays where Black Spire Outpost would have decorations, but we've never seen them happen.
The Golden Lichen Harvest.
I've never heard that before.
Jeffrey, I'm all for them projecting Force Ghost.
Could you imagine? You're just walking through and you hear like Obi-Wan, you're like, what? just like a light flicker.
No, you just see Anakin over there. Just
Yeah, they retired the dream lights on the castle. Jordan wants to do the RIP tour. I am like a big chicken. I don't know if I've got it in me. Like I'll do it.
Oh man. So right now the household has been Five Nights at Freddy's all over the place, so
Big time.
and since we didn't play the games when they came out, we're just like catching up on story. So like that's what lately we've been just obsessing over.
Yeah. So Five Nights at Freddy's. We've never played it, but we've always been obsessed with the game theory videos.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, they have like an ultimate timeline and it breaks out the whole thing. But it's theories of this is what I don't understand.
It's trying to connect the little or the story that's provided.
But there's
So he
not
puts
much
it-
story provided. So it's like filling in the gaps.
Yeah. To make it all make sense.
See, I didn't know that until like afterwards. And I'm like, oh, we don't know that this is that person? But it's...
They don't
thing
explicitly
is, like,
say.
very weird.
Yeah, they don't explicitly say things are connected.
Am
in a
I
certain
William
way.
Afton? Am I the Purple Man? But there's the movie coming out, and so the trailer came out. Like even our like daughter likes watching the trailer.
Our 4-year-old daughter.
But yeah, it's the fact that there's a movie coming out for Five Nights at Freddy just like blows my mind.
Yeah.
And PETA is in it.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. I really hope they make a VR version of the new Layers of Fear. What is Layers of Fear?
Unreal Engine. It's gonna look pretty real.
Is that like a horror game?
I just know Unreal Engine's like when it looks really.
Look at that.
It looks really real.
We're coming back to video games again. I can't do that. I don't like VR games that are like spooky in any ways. That looks interesting. Maybe when I finish up the new season of Black Mirror, I can look into it. Dude, we got through exactly one episode of Black Mirror, and I think we sat there staring at the Black Mirror of our screen, and we're just like, what did we just no? And like never watch another episode again.
It was like too real. We're just like,
That's
nah, I'm okay.
yeah.
I'll be ignorantly blissful,
Yep. Pleasantly happy.
blissfully ignorant.
Galen, I don't get scared of haunted houses. I'm too busy laughing at everyone else freaking out. See, I've only ever been in one haunted house, and I don't even know if that you could call it that, but like in San Antonio by like Ripley's Believe It or Not, they would have like a little haunted house area. And it was like a specially like ticketed thing I think you had to do. And so I was there with like my siblings, like all my siblings, and you're there with your siblings and like I'm the baby. So they were just like messing with me on purpose. And I think I was like a teenager. It was like preteen at the time or something. And so they were just like terrifying me to the point where it was like, as soon as like I could see the door to get out, I was like, bye, and like ran out. But then one of my brother-in-law like not trapped my sister. And they was like, let's go look down here, this other hallway that we haven't seen yet. It was like mirrors, like a room of mirrors. And she was freaking out because she couldn't get out. But yes, that was the first and last time I've ever been in a haunted house. Have you ever done a haunted house?
Yeah, I mean, I think in high school we used to go to all the ones down over here.
Oh, Layers of Fear is a horror game. It was on the PC, VR, and Quest, but a new version just came out with better graphics.
I'll check it out. I know Sarah won't.
See, I don't mind watching you play games. Like when you were streaming video games, like I enjoyed that because it was just kind of like hanging out. Like I could kind of watch it. Like full disclosure, when you were playing like Call of Duty, I would not watch that at all. And so then you're like, I got a loadie. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
People are rallying for Halloween Horror Nights.
I think I have one of those reels of you
Screaming the entire time. Yeah, it's not going to be, whoever I go, like, it's not going to be good for anybody. Like, claw marks, screaming, like, wear headphones. Because that's what it's just gonna be me screaming the entire time. And I'll like scream and then I'll laugh because that's my go-to. It's like my favorite ride is Tower of Terror. Absolutely love that ride. Terrifies the snot out of me every single time, especially the one in Disney World where like I know it's gonna happen, but the cart starts moving forward and I'm like, the ghosts are gonna get us. Every time. But so then I just sit there and I cackle. That's the only way to describe it. I just like cackle because it's just like my nervous laughter the entire time. I love it. I love it. Oh no. I feel like we got through pretty much everything.
Yeah.
We talked about the chicken that almost ruined our night.
Yeah.
Like we literally were eating 15 minutes before the stream
Getting ready.
started. You could get back at me for...
I could, Cosmo, I could.
You scare me just by existing under the same roof as
Thanks.
me. But you do. Like, I have mom ears. I can hear everything happening in the house at any time. But for some reason, every once in a while, you are so quiet that you'll walk in the room. I think what it is like I'm doing something vulnerable. I'm like plucking my eyebrows or something, or I'm like concentrating really hard on something and I won't hear you enter. And then I'm just like, what are you doing? You're always like, I'm existing. More for Black Mirror.
Yeah, there was the new season came out. No. A bunch of people were watching that, so.
Oh, thank you. I just started the new season of Ted Lasso. I feel like that's the kind
Finally
of...
catching up.
That's what I need in my life is Ted Lasso, not Black Mirror.
I think it gets harder in later episodes. So.
Well, so I did just finish, full disclosure, was it Shiny Happy People? The Duggar documentary?
That's...
Finished watching that one. And so I was like, I need some happy stuff. I need nice light and life in my viewing life. Because we just don't watch a lot of TV anymore.
Yeah.
It's usually YouTube videos of our friends or of what have we been watching lately? Like carpentry videos.
Yeah, I like watching that. I like watching the leather working, like the ASMR. So,
those are good ones. Ted Mirror. See, Rob does it too. He scares his wife by walking normally into a room.
And I don't. I'm just walking here. I'm just living.
Jeffrey, that's a good point. Watch what you enjoy. This really has strayed very far from Chris' topic. But I mean, we had a whole episode talking about the cruise. Yeah. Like we hit the highlights of it. I knew we wanted to talk about some of the things that we hadn't had time to talk about, or like you left out your haircut entirely. But it was fun, and we do want to cruise again. So we will share. Well, we're almost out of time. We will share plans for what we want to do for a group cruise soon. I'll start putting out the feelers to everybody in the group about the Life Day. I think we should do a big old group and go to Life Day.
That could be fun. Wear
some red robes. Go to Disneyland. I hear it's better over there.
We'll check it out. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see what's so good about it. Y'all got a Star Cruiser over there? Oh, wait.
No one does.
Ooh, Lost Princess ordered my hair buns. Those hair buns were a hit. I had no idea.
They were good.
They were good hair buns. It makes you look like you know what you're doing with your hair when you don't. Do you know why my hair is always down? Because I don't know what I'm doing with my hair. It's not like I put it in a ponytail and it's just like hair buns are the way. Soon I scared people in my biker scout armor. It's cozier in Disneyland.
I want to get some of that cozy.
We need some cozy in our lives. All right. I think it's a good place to wrap it, huh?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me go right
whoa,
here.
Whoa.
Back to this one.
With
Thank
our
you.
Spirit Jersey finest.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming and hanging out.
Thank you for being here today.
It was nice.
This was nice. This is fun.
Yeah.
It feels like too long between our lives, though.
Well, we need to figure something out.
We will.
So,
But thank you for
2
hanging
months
out.
countdown to Ahsoka.
Whee!
Catch up on the Thrawn.
1 month countdown till Mos Eisley.
Yeah, it's coming.
Get your ticks. All right. Good night, guys. We will see you next time.